So EA have just released the first record breaker card of FIFA 19 and it's been given to the Moroccan striker Hamdallah. Now this guy, he plays in the Saudi Pro League and he has been scoring for fun all season long. It's very likely that in the next month or so, this guy will have a blue team of the season item. Nonetheless, since this is the first record breaker card to be released in FIFA 19, I want to try it out, so we're going to be doing exactly that in today's video. If you're wondering why he got this card, it's because over the weekend he broke the record for most league goals scored in a season. This guy has been playing some really good football in the past few months. He actually started FIFA 19 as a 74 rated silver, and over the past few months he's regularly been picking up inform cards, and the inform cards have looked pretty good, to be fair, so this guy's team of the season card should be absolutely incredible. I'm expecting it to have something like 96 shooting, so it should be very freaking good. Anyway, we're not here to talk about his team of the season card, we're here to talk about this record breaker item. But before we get into things, if you guys could leave a like on the video, that would be absolutely fantastic. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts on this card. Let me know your thoughts on this card design, by the way. I think it's one of the best ones in FIFA 19, I love it. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Let's now get into this record breaker Hamdallah player review. Okay, so here are the in-game stats for this 87 rated record breaker item. Let's first look at the shooting column where he's got some pretty good attributes. This card has 91 attack positioning, 94 finishing, and on top of that 90 shot power, so in front of goal I am expecting good things, but it is worth noting that he does only have 81 composure, which really isn't that great for an 87 rated striker, especially at this stage of FIFA. Passing wise, this guy's got decent crossing of 82, which isn't bad for a striker. Alright short passing of 84, and pretty below average long passing of 73. But it is worth mentioning the fact that he does have 94 curve, which will definitely help out with both his shooting and his passing. Dribbling wise, he's got 80 agility, which obviously isn't ideal. Good ball control though of 89, and decent in-game dribbling of 86. In the defending column, we can see that this guy has 95 heading accuracy. So if we can get some crosses into this guy, that would be great, so we can test out that aerial ability. Physically, the guy's got average stamina of 75, really good strength of 91, and not too bad jumping of 81 either. The guy is 5'10", so he's not really short, but he's also not really tall, so that jumping could definitely be useful. Anyway, that's the in-game stats, but we're not here to talk about numbers, so let's get into some live games, and let's see how this guy performs in actual matches. Okay, so for Hamdallah's debut, we come up against a pretty standard Premier League side, which is in a 4-2-4 formation, and it also has wingers as strikers. So, yeah, I'm a bit surprised by the team I've come up against, but nonetheless, it's a very attacking side due to the formation, so hopefully we can exploit that, and hopefully we can score a bunch of goals with Hamdallah. Henry, what can he do here? He's going to slide the ball in. Now we've got a chance. How good is his aerial ability? Well, he didn't even jump for it, so that's a worry. Henry, we find Hamdallah, and he puts the ball in the back of the net. And that is the equaliser, bringing us to 1-1. And Hamdallah does get a goal on debut. Here's a chance. Torreira slides Hamdallah in. He's going to chip the ball over to Nedved. Nedved's going to find him, and can we take the lead? Oh! Wow, how has that gone wide? It was a green timed shot. So at half-time, it is 1-1, and to be honest with you guys, it has been a really boring first half. Like, not much has happened. Hamdallah got himself a goal, obviously, but it was a pretty simple finish for him. What are my first impressions on this card, anyway? Seems decent in front of goal. I mean, he's had like one shot for me, so his conversion rate is very high right now, so that means nothing. On the ball ability, he doesn't feel that easy to manoeuvre, which is a bit frustrating. And also, he seems a bit slow to make runs right now. So, yeah, overall, not the best first half from him, but that's just my very early first impressions. Hopefully in the second half, he can put in a much better performance. Here's Henry with a chance. Squares it to Hamdallah, who makes it 2-1. And we do take the lead early into the second half. Once again, a very simple finish for Hamdallah, but he was there in the right position. And, yeah, that's all I can ask of him in that kind of goal. Be in the right place at the right time, and you get yourself an easy tap-in. Nice pass, and here's a chance to get your hat-trick, and, oh, we're going to score off it, but I believe that's going to go down as an own goal. But nonetheless, Hamdallah has created the situation, and he's somehow created our third goal. So he's had the shot, it's hit the keeper, it's bounced off his defender, and it's gone in the back of the net. Okay, here's a good chance. Here's an interesting chance. Thierry Henry is escaping Van Dijk. He thinks I'm going to pass it, and he's damn right I am. And eventually I'm going to get the goal. You ain't going to stop him there. Actually, some good movement from Hamdallah there. He was in an advanced role, but he dropped back at the right time, allowing me to get the pass and allowing himself to complete his hat-trick to make it 4-1. Here's an interesting chance. Williams with the ball in. Can Hamdallah score a header? Yes, he can. And it's 5. In the 85th minute, we make it 5, and Hamdallah gets his 4th goal of the game. What a debut. And that is full time. We get the 5-1 victory, and it was a very good second half for Hamdallah, as you can see him there collecting the match ball for his hat-trick. He scored 4 goals in that game, but as we all know, he was very heavily involved in the 5th goal as well. So in the end, a pretty decent debut from him. In the first half, I really didn't think he was that effective, but in the second half, he got a lot more involved. And although most of his goals were relatively easy to score, he put himself into some good positions and created some good chances for himself and others. So yeah, decent debut for him. Let's get into match number 2. So for live game number 2, we come up against a side which features a bunch of flashback cards. We have Podolski and David Villa to watch out for. We've also got a second in form Lala. I think that's his second. I think his first is like 81 rated, so I believe that is his second in form. And yeah, other than that, it's just a solid French team, to be honest. Yeah, I really don't know what to say. Let's get into the match. Okay, we've got a chance to break now. Here is Ibrahimovic. Hamdallah is making a run. Can we find him? We've attempted to, and we might actually get him on the end of this one. And he has, but there's no one in the box right now, and I really could do with someone. Whips it in. But unfortunately, nobody was home. Here's a chance. Here's a chance. And, oh, missed. Missed. That's probably my fault for panic shooting a bit early. Still, I would have hoped that he'd have put it on target. And Henry. Does he make the right run? He's found himself in space, but we're up against some very quick defenders. But we've kept the ball somehow. Here's a chance on the edge of the box. I'm going to go for that finesse. I'm going to go for it again. And it is not going to go in that time. What a save that is from Courtois. Well, my opponent has rage quit at 1-0. So I guess we'll just get into another live game, shall we? Okay, so for game number 2, technically game number 3, we come up against a very good team. A really strange team, actually. I've just noticed Willian is playing CDM. The guy's got some great players, but he hasn't really got many good defensive midfielders. So it'll be interesting to see how this game goes. Hopefully we can score some goals with him not having the best defensive side. I mean, we should dominate the midfield in this game. Trying to find someone to shoot. Hamdallah turns his man. Oh, and he's hit the bar with the shot. But on the header... He's got, oh no, he's hit the bar again. How has he missed that header? I know he's under pressure, but come on, get that on target. There's a chance. Henry finds the ball out. Ball's into the box. Hamdallah on the volley. What a save. And it's a penalty. And I've messed it up. But on the rebound, I've scored. Whew. I actually aimed left for my penalty, but the game didn't react. But nonetheless, we've got ourselves a goal. Oh. Great pass. Great pass. Ibra, 2-0. Hamdallah with the assist, making it 2-0. And I think we're about to get a rage quit. And it is. There we go, guys. That is the live games complete. I'm now going to go play a few more matches with this record breaker Hamdallah card. And I'll see you guys in a second in the summary. So after playing a few more games with this card, what are my thoughts? Well, I think this is a decent card, but I didn't feel like it performed as well as it should, and I have my reasons for that, and we'll go over them in a minute. If you want a quick summary, I think this card's good, but it doesn't perform as well as its card stats suggest. Anyway, let's first talk about this guy's pace. Well, he's not slow, but he also didn't feel too quick. He actually felt a bit sluggish when running with and without the ball. His ball control and dribbling in general is alright, but he's noticeably not as agile as other attacking options. His agility definitely limits him, so if you're going to put a chem style on this guy, I would 100% advise any chem style that boosts the dribbling by a decent amount. When it comes to shooting, I thought this card was really solid, to be honest. His strikes are very powerful and accurate for most part. In front of goal, he's a pretty good finisher, and from outside the box, he can certainly strike the ball pretty well too. His composure isn't amazing though, so when this guy is under pressure, you will find that he's not as reliable in front of goal when he's, you know, being pushed and pulled by centre-backs, or if the goalkeeper's charging out at him. The fact that he's got a freestyle weak foot is also pretty limiting, so do bear that in mind. This guy though, he doesn't just score with his feet, he can also score with his head. He's not going to be dominant in the air, but when he does win the aerial duels, he will be sending the football goal bound. His passing was alright, it was nothing special, but it was good enough for a striker in my opinion. His short range passing was fine, but over distance it was pretty poor. His through balls over distance were not very accurate at all. His crossing though with his right foot I actually didn't think was that bad. Physically, this guy impressed me. He actually does really well to hold off strong, aggressive defenders because obviously he's pretty strong himself, so he can be used as a target man, and he does hold up the ball well to a decent degree. Positionally, I found this card to be a bit inconsistent. Like, at times I found him to be really slow to make runs. He was slow to react to situations, especially counter-attacks, but on other occasions he'd pop up out of nowhere in the right position to score a tap-in. So positionally, this guy I found to be a bit hit and miss. His stamina of 75 isn't great, but it actually wasn't a huge issue for me. With him having medium-low work rates, this guy isn't running about too much, so he doesn't empty his tank too quickly. Overall, I thought this card was decent, but it's nothing too special. I think if it had a big boost to the agility and composure, it would be a really good card. So hopefully his Team of the Season card gets a big boost to both his agility and his composure. It'd also be good to see his reactions upgraded by a decent amount as well. This card's good, but at this stage in FIFA, it's nothing too special. So, do I think this card is worth getting? Not really, just because, like I've said numerous times, this guy will be getting a much higher rated blue card very soon. So if you want a special version of this Hamdallah card, I would probably just wait for his Team of the Season card to come out. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on the first record breaker item of FIFA 19. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to leave a like on it, comment below your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.